Okay, and as I threatened, I am back, and this one basically is going to be something a little different than normal. This is going to be our step 2 in our help series for fivem. The reason for making these is simple. Basically, it's been a while since any fivem, at least a year, in some cases greater, that fivem videos have been made, and so I just want to give a fresh video to help out. Today's episode is going to complement our episode yesterday, and that is our episode yesterday was how to set up a fivem server. So our episode today is going to be how to, sorry about the delay there, guys. I noticed I was missing some things on my OBS screen, and it distracted me. Today is going to complement yesterday's video, and that is to install the yesterday's video is to install a fivem server. Today's is to engage a fivem client in order to connect to that server. So I would say sit back and enjoy the action, but there's not going to be any action. It's going to be mostly me clicking and saying what we should be doing. So sit back and enjoy the clicks. Okay, so first thing we got to do is we got to get the software. So this also assumes that you have a copy of GTA. Without a copy of legitimate copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 installed and set up, you will not be able to. You won't be able to actually have the. You actually won't be able to have engage in the fivem client. Also, a little extra piece is to remember that if you want to play online, GTA Online, not fivem Online, you'll have to have a separate clean copy of GTA installed on your drive for that as well. Grand Theft Auto 5 will not let you sign on to their online servers if you have anything that it detects as shouldn't be there, whether it's whether it's the fivem software or if it is Rage plugin hook. I just couldn't come up with Rage plugin hook. That was so sad. So if you have Rage plugin hook installed, you can't sign into online, and if you have fivem installed in your directory, you cannot do it. So theoretically, you would have about 3 different copies of GTA that you would require if you want to do LSPDFR, fivem, and GTA Online. Okay, so today we're not going to focus on GTA by itself. We're not going to focus on LSPDFR. We're going to focus on you using a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5, and you want to set up the fivem client server. Fivem client. I just got off a live stream, all of you know that. Hi, thank you for joining in. So I'm kind of tongue-tied. So the first place we're going to go is we are going to go to fivem.net, as you see on the screen right here. So that's the first place we're going to go. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Well, yesterday we clicked download server. Today we're going to click on this big green button that says download client software. Okay, after we click this, as you see, it tries to bring up the rules of terms of service, and there it is. I don't remember if you have to scroll down to the bottom or not. I don't read it. I don't know anyone who really does. So, gotta go ahead and click sure, I agree. And you get that message there saying, thank you, you're awesome. But this I already knew about myself. Okay, so now we got our download. There's only a couple megs. Now here's the thing about that couple megs. We're going to go ahead and open our downloads folder because that's where it's going to download. But we're not going to, essentially we don't want to use fivem where they put it for us. The reason behind that is because once we double click on that fivem software, it's going to install, it's going to go to the internet, it's going to pull down a whole bunch of files, and it's going to be a cluster of a mess in your downloads folder. So what you're going to want to do is oh, I forgot, I already had that open. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find somewhere to put this file that you're going to be able to easily discern where it all is. So we're going to go to folder. You can call this anything you want. fivem, okay. Drag and drop that in. Then we're going to double click it. What it's going to do is it's now going to connect to the internet. It's going to go ahead and download the client server. Client server is a lot less in stuff, but as it sets up the client server, its next thing it's going to do actually is it's going to check GTA 5. It's going to check your update and update.rpf while it's updating fivem. It's going to double check all the DLC packs you got. And eventually, and this is exactly why you don't want this in just any folder. I am relieved to see, however, that they have neatened up the process on the client.exe. When I first downloaded the client on a previous version of fivem, before I set up my own server, of course, it was on the older version that downloaded and set up a whole bunch of files, and it wasn't in a nice, neat fivem application data folder that is guarded by a snail. You know, there's not too many ways and too many times in my life I can actually say that, guarded by a snail, but, you know, I take my shots where I can get them, you know what I mean? And M, welcome in. We're doing my second live stream of the day. Today's live stream is actually setting up a client to be able to connect to fivem server, and we are almost done with that. That's why I like M. He is so good that he joins 3 times. However, I will say, after almost a 3-hour live stream and this, I'm putting my voice to the test today. And Daniel, welcome to the stream. Right now we're in the middle of setting up the fivem client. This video is the second in our two-part help series setting up fivem. And basically what this would be doing is this would be for somebody who wanted to connect to fivem servers and who wanted to connect to fivem servers such as CHP Officer 20. Not that I'm giving myself any cheap and shameless plugs, but we'll go from there. Then we're going to get to this message. Fivem needs to update the game cache or cache. Sometimes I like to say cache just to be different. The local game cache is outdated and needs to be updated. This will copy 0 megabytes from data of the local disk and download 828.56 megabytes from the internet. So, with this message, if you are on any kind of internet sharing or internet variables such as regulated speeds, like say you're tethering your phone to your computer, don't know why you'd be doing that, but if you were, you might want to consider you're almost downloading a gigabyte of stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and download. All this 1 gigabyte of stuff is going to download into this fivem's folder. So this is why you wouldn't want it to be in a folder that has other stuff in it. Also, while this is going on, you would also want to make sure that you do not have Rage plugin hook installed in the copy of GTA that you're going to be using. That would be a bad thing. Furthermore, you don't want Rage plugin hook or LSPDFR installed in the copy of GTA that you're going to be using to connect to fivem. That will create an error. Basically, if you're able to connect, it will actually kick you back. Or it could prolong. You might get forever loading times, for instance. So, like I said earlier, if you're planning to do GTA Online, LSPDFR, and fivem to connect to CHP Officer 20, sorry, couldn't help myself, you would want ideally 3 copies of GTA 5. And Strain, welcome back. Glad you can join us in for the second of our live streams today. This one, like I said earlier, going to be to help those people who need to set up the fivem client in order to connect to wonderful communities like CHP Officer 20. Okay. I'd like to say that'd be my last shameless plug, but it probably won't be. I'm pretty shameless. Almost done. My computer, after doing the live stream, my computer started lagging. It's like, well, time to close some windows. Almost there. As you see the process, we're doing this in real time. Well, at least almost real time. I know there's about a 3-second lag between what I'm seeing on my screen and what you guys are seeing on yours. My God, I still got a lot of windows open. Okay, almost done there. And in case you missed it yesterday, this is, like I said, the second in our two-parter where we, and William, welcome to the stream. Second in our two-parter of setting up a fivem server. So if you missed that and that's what you want to do, go ahead and check that out. I will be placing a link to that in the description so you can get there easily. Also, what you're going to get is you're going to get this. It's just basically says that fivem needs to communicate through your firewall. Obviously, go ahead and allow that access. Should be loading up my fivem screen here. At least in theory. There it is. And if we're all seeing a black screen right now, there it is. Fivem client is actually set up. It's a very simple process. I have actually not owned a Mac in quite some time, actually, William. The GTA 5 isn't actually, at least the copies you get through Steam or retail, don't support the Mac OS. I'd imagine you could probably use a virtual PC or one of the virtual PC's applications to simulate the Windows environment. I don't know how well that would work to actually run GTA 5, but I suppose that would be possible. Okay, so we are now up. Our fivem client software is running. And so then we'd be free to go to servers. And as you see, we have a whole bunch of servers. And one of the things that I find particularly useful is if I sort my list. Because, you know, not too many people actually want to jump in a server that has 0 people or 1 or 2 people. So what I usually do is I will actually sort my player list. Generally, I will try to sort my player list and go in descending order. One of the things you'll watch for is, of course, whitelisted. You'll have to, usually there, you have to go to another website to register. Always take a look at this last column here, which is the ping. Basically, that number there is in milliseconds. It's how long it takes your computer to send a signal to that server and get it returned. The higher the number, the slower the connection. Now, granted, yes, we are talking milliseconds, but when you're talking, you want to keep a good connection. I would generally start to get wary about 248s, but let's see if we have actually a better. Usually the server ping times aren't bad. Like I said, just the higher the numbers. I've seen some numbers like at 5 and 6 and 700 milliseconds. With those, that's going to be where you're going to encounter a lot of desync, and it's going to look like your cars are doing a lot of bunny hopping. So just something to keep in mind. Like I said, most of your servers are going to be like 27, 60, 70, and generally that's going to be a good enough speed. You're not going to see too many instances where CHP Officer 20 Sandbox is at 4, but it has to do with the idea that it's right next to it. I wonder why we're not finding my other one. What's going on here? Excuse me while I do some research. Oh, would help if I actually typed in the search box, wouldn't it? Oh, okay, there I am. So I'm at 90. That's still not bad. I don't understand why there's that much discrepancy, but go understand computers. So yes, so and just a quick word about that CHP Officer Sandbox. If anyone out there writes any scripts for LUA for fivem and wanted a place to be able to test it, go ahead and contact me at chpofficer20.info. Yeah, chpofficer20 at gmail.com, and I will go ahead as soon as that lets me type in officer20 at gmail.com, and go ahead and contact me there, and we can definitely set something up so we can start giving you an area where you can test your scripts and get them right. Okay, that screen's not working. Oh, there it is. Seems legit. Okay, so that is exactly how you set up a fivem client server. Fivem client software to connect to the different servers that are out there. Just for grins, I'll go ahead and connect. And as I said, this was to, and JW Boyd, welcome to the stream. This is to supplement and complement our video from yesterday of how to set up a fivem server, hence the birth of CHP Officer 20 Sandbox. And of course, there is our CHP Officer 20 fivem site. Anyone interested to join the site, we are taking open applications at this time. You can find those applications at chpofficer20.info, and it will be under community applications. All it takes is a legitimate copy of GTA 5, installation of the fivem client software, and a willingness to role play and play semi-realistic, and the entire GTA 5 map that we have set up. It is just at your fingertips at that point. If you don't have a copy of the GTA 5 for PC, that's still not an issue. We are taking applications also for dispatchers, and we probably need dispatchers right now more than anything else. Dispatchers basically just have to have open availability, the ability to join our Discord server, which I will give you the link to now. And once you join there, fill out that application, and all you have to do is have availability, because it'll be your job as a dispatcher to take the 911 calls, move people into the appropriate channels, and use our MDT and our CAD system to direct our officers. And at this point, I think my person is falling through the map over there. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. We'll go ahead and turn back on the sound so you can hear what's going on. As you see, the Discord server rules pop up. you'll be able to pause it and actually read that. And here we are. And yeah, that's right. I was at the Yellow Jack last time I was in. And Minas Georgiou, welcome to the stream. Give me 1 second here while I make it so my guy's not going to die on me. Oh, nope. I need that one. We have a, as you see, we have a full and very in-depth community. We have the thirst and hunger mods installed. So there you go. That's what I was just doing there. As you see in the upper right hand corner, we have a full banking system set up. We have a full set of different emotes. We have actually, let me go back to that. We have a phone system that you're able to call different services, police, repair and taxi, and emergency. If you are a paramedic, if you are a cop, if you are a taxi driver or a repair field, you will get those chat messages coming across. And I'll just show you the map here real quick. We have a lot of different things on that map. All of our stores are open. We have open tech. We have the open. We have the fuel mod installed. We also have open buildings all around. So we have a little bit of everything. And why do I see a motorcycle over here? Someone actually log in? Nope, just a garage of motorcycles. Okay. Wasn't quite sure what was going on there. But yeah, we have a full banking system. We have a lot of different mods to add all kinds of role plays. Everyone, we are open availability right now. The application's in the chat. And like I said, all you got to do is have fivem client installed, which I just walked you through, and everything else he needs in the chat. Want to thank everyone for joining in with this video here today. And of course, fivem server CHP Officer 20 is up, running, and live. Don't miss out on the fun. Join us in Discord today, and that way you can watch all the episodes. You can and you can even join us out there on patrol as a civ. We need shop owners. We need repairmen. We need dispatchers. We need a whole community to fill. Till next time. And the next patrol. I want to thank everyone who came out for this video. Thank you for allowing me to do what I do. Until next time, as always, 120 to dispatch, show me code 4, 10-7, and 1042.